Hi. So you know how I've been kind of hell-bent on making the world a bit of a better place, one person at a time? Well, I don't know how I didn't do this before, but you should know about this because it's important and cool. There's a website. It's called moreloveletters.com. It is operated by this wonderful young well, she's 20 something, this nice lady, gal, I don't know, called Hannah, and she has actually a really good TED talk about it. If you like TED, I will put a link in the description. I love TED, and it never ceases to amaze me how people are amazing. Basically, I think that's what TED is about. I mean, they say that they're about spreading ideas, and I guess that they do that as well, but it's just a remarkable sample of really wonderful, special people talking about a lot of things, and mostly, in my eyes, about what it is to be human. So Hannah has this initiative, moreloveletters.com, that she started when she was feeling depressed, and she did the only thing that she knew how to do, and she explains it way better than I do, but she just started leaving letters to strangers with good, positive messages. And that idea to me is everything that being human is about. It's reaching out to strangers. It's kind of like how you glance at someone when you're passing by in the street and you kind of smile. It's like that, only a million times more, because you're putting effort in handwriting something to make someone else feel better. You're doing it, and it also helps you feel better on the way, though that is not necessarily the point. It's just a nice side benefit. And ever since I saw her TED Talk, I was like, I should do that. Why don't I do that? And I think, like I've mentioned in my very, very, very first video, I work at a hospital. Well, I'm actually training at a hospital to be a therapist. And that's a whole other different way of helping people. But writing letters is something that is intimate yet distant. It's something that I can do without having to feel responsible for the other side like I do when I'm treating people. It's a lot more expressive for me, and it overall makes me feel pretty good. I mean, the idea is that I would write in my letters what I would like to find in a letter if I ever did find one, and so I've been doing that. I haven't actually told anyone in my life that I'm doing it. I've been doing it for the last month or so, except for my therapist, and he's like, that's great. He's very supportive. I kind of feel like it has to be one of the things that you do in secret, which is why I'm talking about it in a video, which is public to the world, but only my one good subscriber will probably watch. Maybe. I don't know. The thing about moreloveletters.com is that they're having their big 12 days of letter writing because of the 12 days of Christmas, I guess. I don't know, I'm Jewish. So, like, every day for, well, it's been 5 days now that they have been mailing people who signed up on their website with special requests for love letters. And these requests are usually for people who are, in need of it, or people who are appreciated, or people who just went through some personal hardship. And in this special project for 12 days, they take up all the letters that people write to these specific individuals, and they bundle them up and they send them to the person. And I think that is just pure awesome. It has to be. I mean, who would be expecting it? Like, getting one letter in the mail, or even finding a note that someone left or something, that is you know, we live in such a digital area. I'm recording this on my phone. People are texting, people are emailing, but an actual letter, it's kind of like unicorns. It's magic. Like a letter that isn't a bill. It's just all I ever get in the mail, bills. So so yeah, I urge anyone who watches this video to check out the website and to maybe stop for like 10-15 minutes and write something for someone else to make them feel better, because it really is a wonderful feeling. I mean, it's kind of weird writing to a stranger, like in the 12 days of letter writing, at least, you know, you have a name and a story, and so you can just run with something that you feel you want to say. But when leaving a letter to a complete stranger, it's like an open canvas. It's I mean, I've written a few. I try to do one for every day that I'm working at the hospital, which is 2 days a week usually. So it is just like each one of them comes out differently, and I never really stick around to see or you know, I don't really know what the people reading them are feeling, but I do know that whenever I leave them around like 10 minutes afterwards, they'll be gone. Somebody would have found them, because it's such a big and busy place. I mean, there's lots of people. I always leave them somewhere where I know somebody will find them. I always try to be secret about it, like so that nobody would see that I dropped a letter there. But like 10 minutes later, I can be walking past by again, and it'll be gone, which is, I think, awesome, because especially like what my work environment is, I see a lot of people, I just go by them, strangers that are unhappy or sick, and it's hard. It's a stressful environment. You don't really usually see people laughing and smiling in hospital lobbies, though that did happen once. It was so unusual for the scene that it sticks in my memory. I remember like walking one day and watching like these two girls playing and laughing, young, really young, I don't know, like 5. They were just like running towards each other, laughing, hugging, squealing, and like, clearly you don't understand what happens in a hospital, and that's great. Stay like that if you can. That was the best. Like, I was with some friends who work there too, and we were all like, "Aw, why can't everyone be like that here, instead of, you know, depressed and anxious and what happens to people when they're in hospitals?" So so that's it. I think this is kind of what's been on my mind for the last month. Part of it, I think, has to do with that seminar that I started taking about happiness, but a big part of it is really just me wanting to reach out and to give something to someone selflessly, but also selfishly, because I do get a kick out of doing it. That don't tell anyone. So please check out moreloveletters.com. It is pretty cool. They have some really good ideas, and they are doing what I think is wonderful, wonderful human things, human actions. They are being good people. And you can be better people too. It's pretty easy. I have 2 letters that I wrote for day number 5 and day number 4 of this adventure. I already mailed my letters for day 1, day 2, and day 3. And there's like 7 more days of this, so it's never too late to hop on the bandwagon. You should try it. At least like one person. You should like write a letter to one person on their roster thing. They will let you know where to send it to and who the person is. And I think it's incredible. It is beyond amazing. It blows my mind that I could be sitting here in Israel writing something to someone in America, because they only do US residents, for now anyway, and I can deliver a message. I can give kindness to a stranger. Like, here it is, take it. It's yours. You deserve it. Try it. It's a good project for the holidays. And I have rambled on for like 10 minutes, which is 5 more than my usual rambling abilities. So I will let you go now. Happy holidays. Stay cool. And check out moreloveletters.com. They are totally not paying me to say this, which is how it should be. Because I just believe in it. And you should too. It's magic.